The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers just demolished Appalachian State in the Boca Raton Bowl 59-38. It was all thanks to quarterback Bailey Zappe, who had one of the greatest seasons in college football history, and his journey to get to this point is pretty cool. And today I want to talk about that journey and what he has done in the sport of college football. But before I get into this video, 99% of y'all that watch my videos aren't subscribed, so let's regress that number by hitting the subscribe button and giving this video a thumbs up. Alright, let's get into it. Bailey Zappe played high school football in Victoria, Texas for Victoria East High, and put up some good numbers in his last year of high school. His senior season was so good it won him Southland Co-Offensive Player of the Year. You would think based off what he did in his senior year, he would have gotten some offers. Well, that's not exactly what happened. He didn't get a single Division I offer. Why was that? Well, the city of Victoria isn't really a good recruiting place. In fact, it is considered to be a recruiting desert between Houston, San Antonio, and Corpus Christi. Victoria East High also doesn't usually generate talent at the FBS level, so that meant that no school was going to be interested in a quarterback from Victoria East. But luckily for Bailey Zappe, there was one school that was interested in him, Houston Baptist. They were the only school to give him a scholarship offer, and of course, Zappe committed to Houston Baptist and would spend his next 4 years there. Things got off to a rocky start for Zappe in Houston Baptist, as Zappe started 9 games in his freshman year in 2017, and has some awful numbers for Houston Baptist, and they would end up finishing the year 1-10. In 2018, Houston Baptist head coach Vic Shealy made a hire that would forever change Bailey Zappe's career by hiring Texas Tech graduate assistant Zach Kittley as the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. At Texas Tech, Zach Kittley worked very closely with quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and just in case you don't know who that guy is, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback that also happened to win MVP in his second year in the NFL. The move worked out very well for Zappe as he improved in 2018 despite Houston Baptist still having a 1-win season, but things got better in 2019 as Zappe posted better numbers and was starting to draw attention. Unfortunately, Houston Baptist went 5-7 that year, but a huge improvement over having 2 wins in the last 2 years. In 2020, Houston Baptist's season was cut short to only 4 games as the conference Houston Baptist plays in, Southland, canceled their season due to the pandemic. But that didn't stop Bailey Zappe from posting outstanding numbers in 4 games. Unfortunately for Houston Baptist, this would be the last time Bailey Zappe would play for them as he entered the transfer portal at the end of the season. He posted some amazing numbers in his 4-year career at Houston Baptist despite being on some bad teams. Now you gotta think, since he proved that he could play in a college level based off the numbers I showed y'all, he was getting a lot more attention from FBS schools. Well, you're absolutely right. Zappe received plenty of interest from FBS schools like South Carolina, Tennessee, USC, and Notre Dame. He was getting some interest from big name schools that needed a quarterback in 2021. He almost went to Tennessee, but because of Jeremy Pruitt's dismissal and potential recruiting violations at Tennessee, he reconsidered and ended up transferring to Western Kentucky. Why did he choose Western Kentucky? Well, remember the coach I talked about earlier, Zach Kittley? Well, he got a job at Western Kentucky as the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. And of course, it just made sense that Zappe would follow the guy that helped him become the quarterback he is. Zappe going to Western Kentucky helped the program out a lot. Last year, they went 5-7 and started the 2021 season 1-4. But there is something I should make a note of. They didn't look like a 1-4 team. 3 of the 4 losses were by 1 score, and the teams that beat them were Army, Indiana, Michigan State, and UTSA. It's obvious that they were better than the record showed, and they proved that by winning 7 straight games and earning a trip to the Conference USA Championship game. Unfortunately, they couldn't beat out UTSA, who had already beat them earlier in the season. But they still earned a trip to the Boca Raton Bowl and blew out Appalachian State. All of this was thanks to Bailey Zappe's historical season. He broke BJ Simon's single-season FBS record with 5,967 yards and broke Joe Burrow's single-season passing touchdown record with 62. He also had some nice numbers that weren't really historical but still pretty good. Now I know him breaking 2 single-season records already shows how great he was this year, but I want to just show y'all some fun facts real quick about his season to help further that case that he was great this year. He's the 6th quarterback ever to have thrown for over 5,000 yards and over 50 touchdowns in a single season. The other 5 quarterbacks were David Klinger in 1990, B.J. Simons in 2003, Colt Brennan in 2006, Derek Carr in 2013, and Heisman winner Joe Burrow in 2019. He and Joe Burrow are the only quarterbacks to ever throw for over 60 touchdowns in a season. Without a doubt, the best statistical season by by a college quarterback ever. Just absolutely insane. Now, just because he posted insane numbers this year doesn't mean he's going to be highly looked at by the NFL. But there are people that don't think he's a gimmick of the air raid system like many quarterbacks were considered in the past. And there's a chance he'll be selected on day 3. Now, I know being selected in a draft on day 3 isn't exactly great, but this is still just an incredible journey. I mean, just think about it. Bailey Zappe was a high school quarterback with only one Division I offer, and that school was not very good at all. In fact, he kind of had to carry them. And then he transferred to Western Kentucky, breaking 2 FBS records, and now he's most likely going to be drafted into the NFL. How incredible is that? And the best thing is, his story isn't even over yet. Who knows, maybe he'll shock people again at the NFL level. The sky's the limit for him, and I am 100% rooting for him to do great. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I hope y'all have a fantastic day, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.